This is the Vital Plus infrared SaunaPod, and it's the first truly portable sauna that ditches steam for far infrared. Not only that, but it actually has built-in red light and chromotherapy. So does the SaunaPod from Vital Plus actually live up to the hype? Well, in today's video, guys, I'm gonna go into all the details, everything you might wanna know about, including the build quality. Do the infrared panels actually work as well as they claim? And most importantly, is it worth the price? So all these questions answered in today's review. So without wasting any more time, let's go ahead and unbox the SaunaPod. So real quick, we have the user manual right here. We have the outside covering plug. We'll find out what that goes to here in a second. Here's the chromotherapy. We have the chair. We have all the pieces, the fittings. So go ahead and put all the poles together. Then right here, these are the infrared panels right here. So you want to be careful with these. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. So 6 panels. Then we have the sweat absorbent mat. This goes along the bottom. And then all the fiberglass poles. So these are really nice. Really sturdy, they don't bend. It's not like the plastic, like some other companies out there selling these things. So this is a nice addition. As you can see, putting together the SaunaPod is actually very simple. There's not a whole lot to it. It takes just a little bit of time, and I don't think it would require 2 people to do it. It might make it a little bit simpler for you. So before we do all the testing on the SaunaPod, let me just get a few things out of the way. First of all, it measures 75 inches tall, it's about 50 inches wide, and 35 inches deep. This is meant for one person, so unfortunately, if you're looking to throw a couple people in there, it's just not really possible. Let me go ahead and give you guys the tour of this thing. So as you can see in the quick setup, the infrared panels, we have 6 of them. So there's one here, 2, 3, 4, 5, and then we have another one right here, and those line the bottom part of the sauna. Now this is really actually pretty exciting to me because the problem that a lot of other saunas have had in the past is the fact that you sit all the way down here in this chair. However, all the heat actually rises up here. And so unless you're standing, you don't get that full effect of the heat. But this being an infrared sauna and you're sitting right down low, all of the wavelengths and the light is actually passing right through you. Now let's come inside and check out some of these features. So first of all, we have the switch for the red light. So you just flip that right there. We have those 2 red lights up top, so that's pretty cool. You come over here to the controller that's sitting here in this pocket. It's a basic controller. So just enough to set the time and temperature and then also to adjust the chromotherapy. So if we go up here, we have the 4 different lights. You can just switch between them and then turn it off right there. And then if you want to change between the heat and the time right there, you just hit the function button. So going to time really quick, this is actually in Celsius, so it's not Fahrenheit for us in the US. So keep that in mind when you're setting that. Go ahead and adjust the time. It goes up to 60 minutes, very simple. And if we want to go to the heat function right there, 65 degrees Celsius should be about 150 degrees Fahrenheit. And before I forget, one other feature I do want to point out is the fact that this actually has a built-in thermometer to it. So there's the thermometer right there. And it does link up here to this controller. So you can see that it's 25 degrees Celsius. Again, like I said, it doesn't read Fahrenheit. But as this gets warmer, it'll be able to tell you exactly how hot it is inside. So that's kind of a nice little feature. And now if we swing around here to the back, this is the control module. It's in a little pouch. So everything's nice and snug in there. And then, of course, we have the nice long power cord right there. So that should be really great. You should be able to actually plug this into an outlet without actually having to get like an extension cord or anything like that. So this is the part of the video that I know that you at home want to see. And it's the only thing you probably care about is you want to know how well does the SaunaPod actually work? How hot does it get? Is it effective? Do you actually sweat inside of that? So those are all the things I want to find out right now. So I'm going to go ahead and turn this up as far as it'll go. And I think it's 65 degrees Celsius. We'll do the time. Let's set that to, I'm just gonna set it to 40 minutes. Now, as part of my testing, as always, I'm gonna go ahead and throw in a remote sensor right here so we can actually check the temperature, see how hot this can get. While we're waiting for this to preheat, let's go ahead and do a surface temperature, see how much heat this is actually radiating. If we go to there, about 118, 120 right there. Let's see what we have here. A little bit lower there, and that's probably understandable because there's no panel right there. There's a panel right here, 110, 112. Okay, let's go ahead and just do one more back here, 115. As you can see, this does actually radiate some heat there, so keep that in mind if you're keeping this indoors. It's gonna heat up the room a little bit as well. Now, it's been about 30 minutes. Let me show you guys really quick. So it's reading 145 inside. So I wanna show you guys, I'm gonna open this up and it's actually gonna drop the temperature. However, I'll try to do it really fast. I went ahead and I put the sensor over here, and it's reading 64 degrees Celsius, so that's like 147 degrees. And then I also added a oven thermometer right there, which you can see is reading just over 150 degrees Fahrenheit. All right, so it's passed the temp test. It gets up to 150 degrees like they advertise. That's really great, and that is the ideal temperature for an infrared sauna. Now, at this point, I wanna go ahead and hop in, see how it actually feels, get in there for about 20 minutes, see how much I can actually sweat in there. But I'd like to kind of compare it to some of the other saunas that I've tried out in the past, principally being the steam saunas that I've been trying the last few months. So here we go. Try to do this fast so we don't let out a bunch of heat. Okay, so guys, I've only been in here for about 3 minutes, and I can tell you that the heat is very intense in here. This being a dry sauna, it's a very different experience than what I'm used to. I've been testing out those steam saunas for a while now, and I really do like them. You know, I've always found the steam saunas, of course, they were taxing in the sense that the high humidity, you know, was a lot harder on the lungs. I don't feel that on the lungs in here. But certainly the intensity of the heat is very much stronger than the steam saunas. So I'm definitely feeling this. And just within a couple of minutes, you can kind of see, you know, I'm sweating already. So if that is your goal, that is definitely what you're getting from this. So I'm very impressed with that. All right, now this is an observation that I've had since I've been in here for the last few minutes, and that is about the red light and the chromotherapy. So both of those are up here overhead. And I've kind of noticed that with the red light on, you kind of don't really even notice the chromotherapy. So it has 4 different lights, and you can kind of change the color. You can kind of see the change of colors right there. But it's really not that strong of a light, and so the red lights kind of overtake it. So I almost think that if you want to reap the benefits of the chromotherapy a little bit, you would actually have to come up here and actually turn off the red light so that you can actually get more of the chromotherapy. And of course, I have a light on right outside of the tent here, so it's kind of taking over the the entire inside here. But that's just an observation I had. I'm not 100% sure on the science. You know, does it matter? It's just, again, a random thing that I've noticed. Oh gosh, okay, so it's been 10 minutes now, and as you can see, I'm definitely sweating. I don't know if you've ever been in a sauna, there's this certain amount of kind of antsiness. I don't wanna say like a low level of panic that comes over you where, you know, you start feeling that your system's getting taxed a little bit more and you start feeling your heart rate, you know, pumping a little bit more. That is where I'm at right now, and it's definitely a lot more intense than I thought it'd be. And so I believe that if you're worried that this does not get hot enough, this is very hot to me. You know, the longer I'm in here, the more the temperature actually keeps raising. You know, as soon as I opened the door, it dropped a little bit, but you know, it's getting back up to that 150 degrees. And man, it's hot. So, you know, take it for what's worth. Before I burn up in here, let's talk about a few of the pros and cons between this and say like a traditional infrared sauna. Now, if you looked online, a traditional infrared sauna can run you anywhere from about $2,000, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000 and up. And of course, they're wooden structures, and they would be more what I would consider to be, you know, semi-permanent in the sense that, you know, once you get it set up, it's staying there. Of course, you can move it, but it's not very easy. This, on the other hand, of course, it being a portable infrared sauna, you can set this up and tear it down very easily, take it with you on vacation, what have you. You know, if you have a small apartment, this would be a very good solution for that. Now, could I see you using this full time? Yeah, absolutely. You know, I think the wear and tear on this obviously might be a little bit more than a traditional sauna. These materials, it's not like wood and glass as you would have on one of those. I think if you're careful, you know, just like the sauna box that I've had for over a year, with care, I mean, it looks brand new. Certainly this would hold up. Now, as far as the benefits go, I think that this is delivering the same exact benefits that you get from any other infrared sauna. We have the 6 panels that are here surrounding me. It's very hot right now. You know, I think that, you know, if you are looking for a more portable or inexpensive infrared sauna, this is definitely checking a lot of the boxes for me. I also want to make a quick note about these infrared panels. So I actually reached out to Cameron. He's the owner of Vital Plus, and I asked him about the EMF levels, you know, to make sure that they're safe. He reassured me verbally that, yeah, these are very safe. They put off the same amount of EMF as, say, like a very small appliance. And in fact, he actually provided me with some of the numbers from the testing lab, and which backed up what he was saying. And the other thing, as far as safety goes, you know, they do have a lot of certifications as far as being, you know, toxic free, doesn't have microplastics, you know, all those things. And you can check that out on their website for all the specifics. They've definitely taken safety in mind. And of course, with something like this, you have to, because there are a lot of inherent risk. So far, you know, I'm just very impressed with the company. I like a company that's very proactive about providing a really good, high quality product. And they're certainly doing that. Been 20 minutes, I gotta get out of here. Oh man. Okay, so just a couple of post-sauna thoughts. Number one, wow, that was very hot. It was intense. It felt really good. Man, I should have worn my Apple Watch. I know my heart rate right now, it's pumping for sure. And it was kind of getting to the point after 20 minutes, I was kind of feeling that a little bit of panic, if you will. So I was like, oh man, I got to get out of here. And I think that's kind of at the point where you want to stay in just a little bit longer to reap a little some more benefits to it. If you are worried at all that this isn't going to get hot enough for you, it certainly is hot enough for me. And again, the hotness of the inside, it is going to depend on the ambient temperature. So kind of keep that in mind. So you're going to want to keep this inside in a climate controlled area so that it can get as hot as possible. But for me, with it being about 70, 73 here in the garage, it's hitting hard, and I like it a lot. All right, so there you have it. That is perhaps your very first look at the SaunaPod from Vital Plus. Now, if you guys have any questions or comments about anything, perhaps I've left out some details about the SaunaPod, by all means, leave those down in the comment section down below. There is a 15% off coupon if you're interested in purchasing anything. I appreciate you guys watching this video, and I'll see you in the next one.